type quarterback, doesn't make those mistakes, but a fumble went for one. And an interception set up another. Gardaki's long kickoff, and again Kevin Williams will take the kneel down on the touchback at the 20-yard line. Well, Harbaugh was blindsided for the first score as Tony Tolbert drills him. Deion Sanders 22 yards for the touchdown. And then Harbaugh down the middle. Roger Harper waiting in there. Picked it off, returned to the 50. 8 plays later, Emmitt Smith had scored for Dallas. 21-9 as the second half begins. Big point that's worth following, Phil Simms. That offensive line and defensive line of the Cowboys been the masters on the line of scrimmage. Emmitt Smith, only a yard. Tony Siragusa and Tony McCoy plugged it up. Let's go down to Jim Gray.
All right, thank you very much, Dick. I talked to Jim Johnson, the defensive coordinator for the Colts. They're going to swap sides, Quentin Coriat and Sammy Burrows, to try and stop the Cowboys' running game. He says we've got to get them in a position of 3rd and long. Now, as for the Cowboys, Leon Lett as well as Chad Hennings had IVs. They're both all right. They both will play here in the second half. A lot of dehydration going on down here because it is so hot. Barry Switzer says we've got to figure out a way to keep our offense on the field. They only had 21 snaps. Dick?
All right, Jim. As you saw, the Colts outgained the Cowboys in the first half. Yardage. Aikman finds a man open at the 27-yard line. Eric Bjornsson, Sammy Burrows, the tackler. It's short of the first down by 2 yards.
Well, the one thing I was curious about coming out after halftime, would the Indianapolis Colts start cheating those safeties up in there to stop the run, and they have not done that. So they're just going to ask their front 7, the defensive line and the linebackers, toughen up in there, stop the runs, and our defensive backs somewhere along the line can make a play in the passing game.
Aikman 7 for 8 in the game, 61 yards and a touchdown. Looks at 3rd and 2 at his 28. Fake to Smith, throw into the flat, and Bjornsson has the 35-yard line. Quentin Coriat finally got him down.
You know, David Tate had him. Had Bjornsson and lets him go, and I don't know why he does that. Number 49 is Tate. He's coming out, and he's going to be covering number 86, Bjornsson. And when he comes off the line of scrimmage, Coriat lets him go out, but David Tate was there. You don't see him in the picture, and then he comes up and actually misses the tackle. But he had him covered.
Absolutely. I don't know what he was looking at. He turned around at him and looked like he was going to try to find a wide receiver, and then he realized, oh, I got the tight end.
4 catches now by the tight end Bjornsson. Aikman under pressure has to throw it away. Closest was Deion Sanders. Jeff Parrott on the blitz.
And Richard Dent.
Here's Jeff Parrott. He's going to come right up the middle there. Try to put a little pressure on the Cowboys offensive line. And it's really not a blitz. It's only 4 people coming. What they're doing, Freddie Joe Nunn, a defensive lineman, every once in a while gets down, stands up, and drops back into pass coverage.
Barry Switzer this past week learned that his rollover 5-year contract is now a 4-year deal. He seems very happy and relaxed, he said, for the first time. Now he starts his year. And Coriat got to him in a hurry for no gain.
Yeah, it was interesting listening to Barry yesterday, wasn't it? He admitted to us that last year he felt the pressure that they had to win a Super Bowl, and he says he enjoys coaching his team now because he realizes it's his team. He's won the Super Bowl. Now to sit back and be a coach and do what you think is right.
But I also like the fact that he and Troy Aikman sat down and got all this stuff on the table and said, look, I made a mistake. We've made mistakes. Let's put all this stuff behind us and get on with it.
3rd and 10. Aikman under some pressure down the middle. He goes, should have been intercepted, and then almost caught on the deflection by Kevin Williams. Diedrich Mathis, the rookie, had his first NFL touchdown in his midst.
Well, the Colts change up and they come on the blitz, and it leaves Kevin Williams single covered to the outside. Excellent job by the Colts right there, staying in and looking at the quarterback, reading. Diedrich Mathis read Troy Aikman's eyes and should have had the interception.
Only the second punt for John Jett as Marvin Harrison back inside the 20. Dying spiral. Harrison, he streaks to the 34. Boy, he's shown good hands. Even watching him in practice, he can catch the ball no matter where it seems to be. Timeout.
The NFL on NBC is brought to you by Acura, who invites you to test drive the new flagship of Acura, the RL, by Microsoft Software. Where do you want to go today? By United Airlines and its more than 50,000 employee owners. Come fly the friendly skies. And by Miller Lite, with the great taste of an ice cold Miller Lite, life is good.
Some folks still left in the sun, and they're really working those programs and fans trying to stay cool. Alundis Bryce has replaced Dion at the right corner. Dion spectator for the moment. Harbaugh hands it off to Lamont Warren, and breaks out of one tackle. Good piece of running, and he's out to the 43. A gain of 9. Brock Marion made the stop.
I told you they're going to run. I mean, I just think you can run against the Dallas Cowboys. A lot of people say you can't, but I think you can, especially with the big fullbacks that they have. Zach Crockett and Gross are big guys that can block. And then Warren, he makes just a tremendous move here. Watch, he goes back to the outside and then right back inside. And when he makes that move, he picks up 9 yards on the play.
15 yards rushing for Warren, who had only 4 rushes for 6 yards in the first half. Vince Workman gets the call, and a workman-like 3 yards and a first down before Chad Hennings and Fred Strickland can make the stop, and here comes prime time. I was interested in this past week or so. Chuck Bednarik, who was the last two-way player, played center, and he played linebacker, and he played physically, and that's an understatement. He just kind of chuckles to himself when they talk about Dion being a two-way player.
I'm going to tell you what Chuck Bednarik said about Dion, too, here in a minute.
First down, Colts trailing 21-9, their first chance here in the second half. Harbaugh to Workman, and Workman gets a block on the field, and is into Dallas territory at the 47-yard line. Bednarik with the Philadelphia Eagles wore number 60. And while Deion Sanders is making news here in Dallas as a two-way threat, the Eagles had that tremendous two-way player. Bednarik, they called him the 60-minute man. He played center on offense, and on defense, hard-hitting a linebacker as there was in his era. Played from 1949 through 1962.
You see the quote, couldn't take him away from him. I mean, most coaches will tell you, you cannot stop Emma. You can slow her down, but you can't stop her.
Harbaugh to his tight end. Fowler gets a block, 35-30, still on his feet. Broderick Thomas can't catch him. Pollard, touchdown, 48 yards. The Colts are back in the game.
I got to tell you, Kurt Loudermilk is the guy that makes this thing work, and he doesn't get a big piece on the block, but he gets enough. The center gets out and really helps out on the play. On the left of your screen, watch Kurt Loudermilk. Right there, that little block that he makes is one of the blocks that springs it.
First catch as a Colt, did not catch a ball last year. He goes for the 48-yard touchdown. Marcus Pollard, a free agent pick out of Bradley. He was a basketball player.
Here's Dion. Okay, I got my man.
Around if he comes outside, and not a great effort right there, but I think what's impressive about this play is how well Marcus Pollard can run with the football.
Little tight end screen. It looked
a couple different screens we've seen already in the second half, and that shows that's smart. Get rid of the ball fast, put it in the hands of some of your players who can make plays.
21-16 the score as the Colts on their first possession of the second half have quieted this Texas Stadium crowd. Marcus Pollard, he didn't play college football at Bradley. He was a basketball power forward.
Watch number 55, Fred Strickland. He's hustling down the field, trying to make a play. He misses the tackle and just wipes out Darren Woodson and Deion Sanders right there. Enables Marcus Pollard to go ahead and score. But Darren Woodson, the safety for the Cowboys, I think he was running over thinking somebody was going to make the tackle. And, of course, nobody did.
So it's 21-16 as Gardocki hits it high, a spinner that Williams can return from the 7. Kevin Williams. To the 27-yard line. So the Dallas Cowboys defense had given up only 1 touchdown in 10 quarters, but Lindy Infante's offense creates some interesting plays. Had a screen to the halfback, and it looked almost as if it was the same play, only went to the tight end for the touchdown.
It was, Dick. The halfback screen worked so well, so why not change it up and give it to somebody else? And Lindy Infante's really, when you sit up here and you watch the game, you just have no idea what's coming. If it's run, pass, who they're going to throw it to, it's really amazing how inventive he's been today.
So some pressure falls on the Dallas offense, trailing or leading by only 5. Emmett Smith breaks out of 1 tackle, but Sammy Burroughs again shows his speed, tracks him down, maybe a yard loss. Tony McCoy had him in the backfield.
Derwin Gray, number 30, coming downfield. What's this? He got his helmet knocked up in the air, couldn't see where he was going. That's a double chin strapper, too.
Yeah,
but you know the one thing about Lindy Infante told us yesterday, Dick, that we can run all of our plays from all different kinds of formations, and that really screws up the defense.
2nd down and 10. Aikman, a quickie down the middle, incomplete. Short hop the ball to Kevin Williams. Williams hasn't caught a pass today.
But you know who makes this play work for them, where Troy Aikman is number 90, Steve Martin, who is a lineman, who is down in coverage. This is one of those blitz coverage deals where the linemen drop off and they cover, and he gets in the lane where Aikman's trying to throw the ball. Well, here's number 90. He sends, then he backs off. Now watch. He sees the receiver, and he gets in that lane. That's good defense.
3rd down and 10. Aikman was 8 for 9, has missed his last 3 throws. And he scrambles. Short of the 1st down as he's hit at the 35. They're going to mark it closer to the 36, but John Chet and the punting team comes in.
One thing about, I mean, that one there, I mean, you get down. I mean, there's a whole season ahead of you. You don't do this. He wants to make something happen.
That's right. But also, we need to talk about quarterbacks. It's their responsibility sometimes to stay healthy, and you got to realize there's more to this game, and there's quite a few games left in the season, and do not take those kind of chances where a defender could knock you out for the rest of the year.
John Jett to punt. He hasn't given Marvin Harrison much of a chance. He's kicked it very high and short. Here's his 3rd punt. This one drives it a little more. Harrison again a good catch at the 21-yard line. The Colts have the ball. The Colts are down by only 5.
You're watching the NFL on NBC.
Late in the 1st half, the Colts were trailing 21-3, and then captain comeback Jim Harbaugh went to work, engineered a couple of drives for field goals and a quick touchdown here in the 3rd quarter to pull within 21-16. 1st down from his 22. Midpoint, 3rd quarter.
Should be a run.
Harbaugh to the flat, and he just does get it to Lamont Warren. Dion made his break on the ball, and it looked as if he had 6.
Well, actually, Phil wanted to say should be run or pass.
Yeah.
And this one was a pass. I thought Dion might have had the break on this, Phil.
He waited just a little too long to make that break, and Dion against a running back is not the kind of matchup you want. But I think Dion was trying to bait Jim Harbaugh and throwing the ball downfield inside. That's what he was looking for.
A dangerous 4-yard gain for Harbaugh. 2nd and 6. Out of the flat to Zach Crockett. That's again down the sideline. He didn't step out of bounds, and finally the Cowboys bump him out at the 42-yard line. That's the 2nd time Harbaugh has thrown an absolutely perfect pass, off balance, catching his receiver on the dead run.
But Lamont Warren, what a block he makes coming back to help Zach Crockett. Watch the block by number 21. Right about here. There's the block he makes. He gets in front. The official was standing right there. Here comes Lamont, right there. Boom, the push. What a nice play.
20 extra yards just from that little push.
32 yards for number 32. Cliff Gross is in. That's Gross on the inside handoff. Breaking tackles. Boy, there's a bowling ball. Gross is 5'11" and 245 pounds.
This is the classic example of keeping your feet moving. When you watch Gross go inside, he knows he's going to get hit. But watch his legs. Forget the ball. Forget everything else. Watch his feet. He goes in. He hits right here. His feet are still moving. So he backs himself back out again and back up the field, and they pick up about 3 yards. I mean, it didn't look pretty, but it was still a 3-yard gain.
Harbaugh brings him to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 7. Harbaugh is 4 for 4 in this third quarter. 0 for 3 for Aikman. Things have done a reverse spin underneath the Dawkins, working on Dion. Breaks away from Dion and has a first down at the Dallas 27-yard line. 12 more for the Harbaugh passing game.
The Dallas Cowboy defense getting a little impatient. They decide to blitz, and that leaves Sean Dawkins, a big receiver, on Deion Sanders. And look at him right there, just manhandling Deion, putting that hand on him and picking up the first down.
Well, that's what Harbaugh told us about Dawkins. He said he's big and he's strong and he can handle Dion. That time he just took him and pushed him away.
Dawkins is 6'4" and 211, one of the bigger wide receivers in the NFL. Workman with a huge hole and another first down, it would appear, at the 17. Brock Marion got him to the new carpet. Now they're going to mark it at the 18. It'll be 2nd and 1.
Hey, Phil, they forgot to tell that the Colts are hurt.
Yeah, that's right, Paul. The offensive line doing an excellent job of opening up some holes inside, and that has been the sore point for this Dallas defense last year. This year, I thought they had it figured out. Chad Hennings and Fred Strickland inside, but so far in the second half, the Colts doing an excellent job of running the football.
Eric Malum, 65, made a good block right on the hole. It's sealed it off, and you can see the Cowboys defense trying to grab a breather as they measure for the first down, 2nd and a foot for the Colts.
Phil, this is one of the most dangerous situations for a defensive team. It's 2nd down and about a half a yard. You can do anything you want to do offensively.
So if you're playing defense, really now in this league, Paul, in these situations, the defense always goes conservative because that's what they're expecting now. The offense has a chance to take a chance. So if you're on defense, be conservative, let them get the first down and start over.
But play the pass, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Harbaugh with a nearly perfect third quarter. Workman with a second effort has the first down at the 16-yard line. Pittman, a rookie from McNeese State. Pittman, number 97. He's being rotated into that defensive line. He's playing Charles Haley's spot. Got a piece of the tackle.
You got a feeling in this game that the Colts are now having some fun. You know, they just, I mean, they're doing what they want to do offensively. Defensively, they've held them twice, and that gives a spark to the offense.
Harrison to the right. Tight end Dilger to the left. And Dawkins slotted right this time. Another formation. They haven't shown this that many times. And they throw underneath. Who is Harrison? Nailed Kevin Smith, who Deion Sanders said, Kevin Smith, you mark it down, he's going to get 8 interceptions this year and go to the Pro Bowl. He's the best cornerback with whom I have played.
The Indianapolis Colts doing a good job of throwing a possession-type route on first down in place of a run. Keep the Cowboys a little off balance. Now you get 2nd and 4. It gives your offense a chance to run or pass.
Well, they're spreading this defense out now.
Harbaugh 6 for 6 passing in this third quarter. Trailing by 5. Lamont Warren, who played at Colorado, gets a couple. Tony Tolbert makes the stop. It'll be 3rd down and 2. Lindy Infante, 56. Jalindo Infante, if you will, out of St. Augustine, Florida.
But you know, I'm not kidding. Yesterday when we were sitting there, didn't you get the feeling that they knew something that we didn't know and they weren't telling us?
That's
because Infante said, hey, we're hurt, but we're not making any excuses about our football team. We have a pretty good chance of winning this football game.
Paul, people don't care that your team's hurt. They just want to know when it's over, did you win or lose the game? So that's the approach he took this week, and it's worked so far with this team.
Harbaugh to Dilger. Touchdown to the tight end. And the Colts have rallied from 21 take the lead.
Man, did he fire that thing in there. I mean, that was a shot. He just stood up and fired. He knew that's the guy he's going to right now.
Excellent job of designing the play by Lindy Infante. They get the defense shifting to the right. He recognizes it and does a wonderful job of getting the ball in there fast.
They're going to go for 2 here. Harbaugh back in there. It's 22-21. As Harbaugh.
Oh, excellent job of looking outside. He recognizes the defense and comes back inside to the second option.
I guarantee you, Dilger's in that ball game now. He's going to get an awful lot of attention.
So Harrison and Bailey to the right.
He's not 4 wides are going, Dick.
Dawkins and Stateline to the left. As 22-21, Harbaugh looking for the 2-point conversion and a 1 field goal lead. False start. Jason Matthews pulled back the right tackle, and will that change the minds of Lindy Infante? Will he go for the field goal now?
No, he shouldn't.
Number 67 on the offense, moving prior to the snap.
In fact, Phil, having a little more room with which to work might be an advantage.
Absolutely. Just give yourself a little more room, Dick. I think you're right. You can see the illegal procedure right there by Matthews.
Harbaugh with a quick run to the sidelines. Jim Gray?
Dick, that's the 3rd illegal procedure on Jason Matthews inside the 10-yard line in this game. He's missing the snap count, or he's missing something in the huddle, but he's jumping every time when they get down here near the goal line.
The noise is there, but I'll tell you, Ken Dilger is in the ball game. I guarantee you he's going to get some double coverage. Now there's a timeout.
And Harbaugh doesn't like that. So the Indianapolis Colts with 2:42 left in the 3rd own a 1-point lead in Dallas. Back at Texas Stadium, where this stunned crowd of 65,000 seeing the Colts rally from 21 to 3 down to take the lead. Now the 2-point conversion from the 7-yard line. Harbaugh incomplete to Sean Dawkins. One of the few passes not thrown well by Harbaugh today. So it remains 22-21. Indianapolis, you're watching the NFL on NBC.
Did you reserve the car with Hertz?
Not exactly, but it's a good deal.
Are they as fast as Hertz?
Not exactly, but what's the rush? We're on vacation!
Dad, are we lost? Hertz gives you computerized directions.
Honey, this is not exactly Hertz, okay?
Well, I hope they have the same emergency road service as Hertz.
Not exactly.
In rent-a-car, there's Hertz, and there's not exactly. Make sure you choose the right one.
Are you sure this is the way to the hotel?
Not exactly.
Did you hear that?
Jesse, you're next.
I'm all yours.
Save it for the stage, Romeo.
Carol always gives it to me straight. Like when she told me about my...
I told him about Head & Shoulders. Regular shampoos just rinse flakes away so they could come back. Head & Shoulders helps prevent flakes from even forming. You see the difference? You look great.
Thanks, but will it get me this part?
Couldn't hurt.
Head & Shoulders, because great hair can't have flakes.
Hey, break a leg.
From the beginning, Miller Genuine Draft is a beer unlike any other. Uniquely cold filtered for maximum refreshment. Brewed with specially selected grains, the finest malted barley, and only the choicest hops the Northwest has to offer. Miller Genuine Draft. Always smooth, always refreshing, beginning to end. Cold filtered Miller Genuine Draft. Stay cool.
It's time once again to sign up for the 96 NFL Gatorade Punt, Pass, and Kick competition. Boys and girls ages 8 to 15 compete separately in local competition held in every NFL city. No charge for participation. Call 1-800-NFL-SNAP.
Oh, Indianapolis trailing throughout the first half and down 21 to 3 has its first lead as Kevin Williams fields the kickoff of Gardocki on the goal line. Williams caught at the 14, breaks out of the tackle, and he's out to the 22-yard line. Emmitt Smith has scored his first rushing touchdown and averaged 4.7 his first 10 carries. But the Colts, zeroing in, have allowed him only 5 yards on his last 5 attempts.
And you got to give the credit to stopping that run to the Colts defensive line, because they have not cheated the safeties up or anybody else to help them out. The defensive line of the Colts is just standing there doing a better job of taking on that big Dallas offensive line.
Stopping the Cowboys, who then have won 3 of their last 4 possessions. The other was the kneel down at the end of the first half. Aikman to the sidelines. And the Cats will give progress to the 33-yard line and a first down. Ray Buchanan, the defender.
The Colt defense wanted to single up Ray Buchanan against Deion today because he thinks he can cover. Look at Deion coming down there and not just pushing off with one hand. He uses both.
That's pass interference, offensive pass interference. You cannot, and there's an official standing right there, you can't come down and push your hands off on a defensive back and push him away.
And there was a fumble too. That ball was loose before he got to the ground.
Denying tacklers. You could hear the pads, and 2 or 3 Colts missed him. Finally, Martin and Tate make the stop.
Well, the one thing about the Dallas that bothered me, you know, just before the half, and here comes Emmett now. I mean, he is moving.
Hey, Tommy.
Legs are moving, and he's moving. But before the half, you question the offensive series that they had. They kind of sat on the ball, got out of sync, and they've been out of sync ever since then. Now it looks like they've got trying to get it back.
Second and short. 2 for the first down. Smith. And more. And powers his way to the Colts 46-yard line. Jason Belzer finally made the tackle from his safety spot. A dozen for Emmett. Jim?
Well, Dick, it's gotten considerably cooler down here on the field now that the open-air stadium, the sun has pushed into the stands, so it's much cooler down here, 10 or 15 degrees, so we probably will not have the heat problem that we've had throughout the game. Dick?
Well, it's got to be a relief to everyone with those few fans left down on the far left-hand corner end zone. Martin, the veteran, his second turn of service here in Dallas, lost his footing, but the veteran from Boston College has the catch right at the sticks at the 36 of Indianapolis.
You see what Larry Allen did to McCoy, number 61, right there in the middle of your screen. Watch this. Here it comes, folks. Point. You're out.
Cowboys guessed right. They get single coverage to the outside. Eugene Daniels slipped. Excellent job by Kelvin Martin, pushing off and making the easy reception.
And we'll return after these messages from your local station.
Is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the NFL is prohibited.
2 touchdowns for the visiting Colts in the third quarter to give them a 22-21 lead. Charles Haley with Tolbert and Lett. We give them a pep talk on the sidelines as we move to the fourth quarter. The Cowboys down by 1 have the ball. First down run by Smith. Good for about 3, maybe 4. Barry Switzer. Man from Crossett, Arkansas, who said the pressure's off. The first year was all the comparisons to Jimmy, and he says he put it, the baggage I brought with me. Last year was the pressure of Super Bowl. Jerry Jones satisfied by the results in Arizona. And now he said, I'm going to enjoy this year. Aikman doesn't like what he sees and will spend a Dallas timeout. So just into the fourth quarter, 22-21, Indy. Fort Worth, as the Colts have the lead 22-21, have outgained the Cowboys. We'll look at second down and 7. Take the reverse to Dion and then throw underneath. Did not fool the Colts. Good defensive play by Jeff Harbaugh at middle linebacker.
You know what else it didn't fool? It didn't fool Siragusa either, and he's a tackle. He saw the reverse coming and then stayed at home. Down on the right over the center is Siragusa. But watch what he does. He sees the reverse. He read the play. Now he goes back. He sees the screen, and here he goes back in. Harbaugh makes the play. Siragusa helps out. But you can see Siragusa reads his play. He reads his keys. He knows it looks like a reverse coming. Now he sees the screen. He gets back into it. Boom. He's helping out.
52 yards. for Buñuel. Cowboys 24, Colts 22. Jim Harbaugh, you throw out the conversion when he missed the pass. He's 7 for 7, still perfect. In the fourth quarter, getting ready to go back to work as Buñuel hits a high, deep kick to Bailey, who has been superb all day. 10, 20. Oh, he fell down under his own momentum just when he had a chance to cut to the outside, and is down at the 22 by Alan Campos and Bill Bates. Well, Harbaugh leads the league this year in quarterback rating, but at 113 for a whole game, he's 145 in the fourth quarter. And now finds his team down by just 2 points as he takes the field. 13 minutes plus remain.
What happened? I mean, in Chicago, he didn't do anything. What did it?
Age, getting better. You get better as a quarterback, get a little experience, and really the coaching is the big thing. Lindy and Fonte in an offense that really does give a quarterback, any quarterback, a chance to put up good numbers.
Draw play to Crockett. No gain. Are you saying Mike Ditka's offense in Chicago was not quarterback friendly?
Here, let me stand over here by you, Dick.
Yeah, that's right. Well, no, Mike Ditka's not here, so don't worry. But yeah, it probably wasn't quarterback friendly because they could run the ball so well, and he had such a great defense. Here, Lindy and Fonte, his offense, it evolves around the quarterback, and so everything starts there. The running game is second, and they really don't worry about how the defense is playing. Let's just keep pushing it, trying to score as many points as we can offensively.
And Fonte, he's 56, 28 years. He's been a coach half of his life. Second down and 9 for Harbaugh. Steps up, hit from behind, sacked at the 19. Leon Lett. Second sack for Lett, the third by the Cowboys today.
That just the offense just broke down on that play. The offensive line, the backs didn't block anybody. Fred Strickland is down.
And so is Leon Lett slow getting up. Leon Lett was found at Emporia State, an NAIA team in Kansas, by Jimmy Johnson's team of scouts.
Can't tell by looking at that replay. 55, Fred Strickland. I could not tell what happened to him.
Well, he got poked. Looks like he got poked in the eye. And then Leon Lett, I mean, he's the guy that raised his hand, made the play, and then a little slow getting up. I just think, they're dehydrated.
The television sterilizes all scenes in many ways, and it's such a beautiful new carpet, and the scene is such that you can't send into the living rooms where someone's sitting in air conditioning how incredibly humid. In fact, 2 this afternoon, everyone said it's a steam bath down on the field.
All right, here's Strickland, number 55, right on the right-hand side of your screen. He's being blocked by Crockett, Zach Crockett. And they had a bandage on his nose. Now, he got either poked in the eye or hit in the nose. Well,
the sack makes it 3rd down and 12 as Strickland is replaced. They come with a defensive back as Harbaugh working out of the shotgun. Full blitz. Harbaugh down at the 13. Brock Marion was one of those coming on the blitz. Tony Tolbert as well with a tackle. So nothing for Harbaugh and the Colts on that position.
Well, you got to give the Cowboy defense a lot of credit. They're putting on the pressure right here. Brock Marion from the outside coming on the blitz. The Colts do a pretty good job of picking it up. But the defensive linemen get off the blocks of the offensive linemen, make Jim
Harbaugh fumbled, and Malum actually recovered it as he stumbled forward. So Malum saves the day. First punt of the day by Gardocki. That tells you how well the Colts have moved the ball. And does he hit one? High. Sheldon Martin. And Martin tackled by Brad Banta, the tight end, at the 36-yard line. Timeout, 11 plus left.
we thought that they fumbled here, Harbaugh, but watch Malum, number 65. He's going to reach in. Here he is right there and take the ball away from Harbaugh. He just takes it. Thank you very much. Now I'll run with it.
290-pound Malum from the University of California. Emmett Smith now, and the Cowboys go to work. A 2-yard gain on first down. 2nd and 8 for Dallas, as we remind you that coming up on NBC next weekend is the Solheim Cup. Annika Sorensen there on your right. Dottie Pepper on the left will represent the United States. A Ryder Cup format, and this is building an intensity the way the Ryder Cup and President's Cup action has. You'll see it all from Wales next weekend on NBC. Second down, call it 7. Aikman ducks it off. Emmett, 15, 45, fumbles, and the Colts recover. Quentin Coriat returns to the 49. A rare Emmett Smith fumble, and Quentin Coriat gives the Colts the ball at midfield. Oh my.
Oh my, the Dallas Cowboys have the perfect play on here. They got the Indianapolis Colts defense doubling the receivers outside. The linebackers drop deep. I couldn't see who made the hit, but excellent hands by Quentin Coriat picking that ball up, and good hustle by Daryl Johnson making the play there. It could have been a
Sammy Burroughs made the hit and hit it Smith so hard he knocked it free to Coriat.
Jimmy Johnson, the defensive coordinator for the Colts, and Sammy Burroughs, he doesn't really know what he's doing, but he runs around and he knows how to make plays.
He doesn't know what he's doing, but he's doing it right.
He does it right. He just got the speed, just runs around, and he does make things happen.
Well, with 10 and a half minutes left in this fourth quarter, the Colts down by 2. First down at the Dallas 49. Harbaugh to the flat. Was that Dion again darting through, or was that Kevin Smith? No, Alundis Bryce, who was playing for Dion, had a read on that out pattern.
He had it in. I do not know if Jim Harbaugh saw him ever. He throws it. It's a good thing this ball got away from him a little, or it's a sure touchdown for the Dallas Cowboys.
I mean, there was a play where Harbaugh was going there no matter what happens and never read the defense.
Charles Haley made him speed up his progression, and that's the reason why he threw it before he was ready.
When we were talking to Harbaugh, he says, I hope they stay in their lanes and they keep me in the pocket because I'll step up and throw. But watch what happens when they stay in their lanes, folks. Here comes Harbaugh. Here comes the defensive lineman. Only a 4-man rush. They're all in their lanes, and they converge on Harbaugh. There's no place for him to step. That's what that defense is designed to do.
Tolbert's third sack, but Hennings and Lett up the middle are just pushing the pocket back into Harbaugh's feet. Third and long. Harbaugh scrambles. Pumps. Incomplete. And this time it was number 30, George Teague, who was making designs on an interception.
George Teague has got to be blind.
He overran it.
I know he did. I mean, look at George Teague. Here comes the ball, George. Hit him right in the shoulder. But again, he's looking at the receiver. He's trying to cover the receiver and not worry too much about the interception. He had the receiver covered, and the ball hits him in the shoulder.
Well, after scoring on 4 straight possessions, 2 field goals into the half and 2 touchdowns in the third quarter, Cowboys has stepped it up a notch defensively against Harbaugh. Now Gardocki, last one was for 51 yards. Wow. Former Bear punter, Martin, he fields it inside the 5 and takes it out to the 15. 51 yards on the punt and 8 on the return. Gardocki's net average punts this year is like 43 yards net. Emmitt Smith, he wants to make amends. He was angry at himself after the fumble. For a man who carries the ball so often, he doesn't cough it up much.
And there's one thing about Emmitt, and I don't care. He will never blame anyone else. He credits his offensive line for his success, and when he makes a mistake, he is the first guy to put his hand up and say, hey, I did it.
What are the odds on him getting the call here on the first down?
100 to 1.
Belser made the tackle.
The reason the tight end is so open over the middle, here's Bjornsson who's going to run right here. Watch the safeties spread right there. Play action fake. Linebackers come up. Look at the middle of the field. That is an excellent play call on first down.
I'll ask you, what were the safeties thinking about? Where are they going? There's nobody down there.
Double covering the wide receivers, trying not to give up the big play.
Jay Novacek, who has been tutoring Bjornsson as his replacement. Emmett Smith to the 41-yard line. Tony McCoy down low to trip him up. Reminder Saturday, the Skies is coming. Another hole, and he's out to the 45. It's right at the sticks for a possible first down. 95. Bernard Whittington made the tackle, and Emmett is now just 11 yards away from the century mark. Going to have to measure here. The clock stopped. 8 minutes and change left in the fourth.
This is a close one. Ready?
Okay,
what do you say?
They miss it by about an inch.
So it's 3rd and inches, says Paul. You haven't missed one in a couple, 3 years.
11 years.
Oh, 11 years.
11 years or so. 3rd and about an inch. Hello. 3rd and about an inch.
That was too easy, though. You had that big old white line.
Yeah, that's right.
Even with your bad eyes, you could see that.
No, he's pretty good. Now, you got to give him credit.
I will.
That's his strength.
The chains are my strength.
Yeah, your strength. Calling those tough ones. I mean, we could think of the money we could save in employees and yardsticks and all
How
that.
about the time?
Just use you.
How about the time? I just yelled down.
Yeah.
3rd and short.
We could save time and money, and time is. 3rd and inches. Leon Lett and Charles Haley chat on the sidelines as Aikman probably sneak it across. Yeah. He got enough. First down.
Well, the Cowboys finally put in the quarterback sneak in their offense because Barry Switzer got tired of 4th and half a yards and 3rd and 1 yards, all those situations. Everybody was ganging up on him and they couldn't pick him up. So Barry Switzer couldn't make Troy a runner in college, so he's going to do it now.
Well, you know, you said a lot last year. You're watching quarterbacks and quarterback sneaks. They just get the ball and try to go. It was all. You got to take that half second or second.
Get some separation between yourself and your offensive lineman. That's right.
24-22 Dallas, midpoint of the 4th quarter. Of the Colts, a gain of 6. Quentin Coriat made the play. Troy Aikman and Emmitt Smith talking to them and said, well, what makes this Dallas team, other than the troubles and travails of the offseason, any different? And they all seem to agree that it's more laid back than any Dallas team they've played on, perhaps a reflection of the personality of the head coach.
Oh, the coach and the fact that the stars now, Troy Aikman, Emmett, they're getting older. They don't need to be pushed as hard as they used to because they're leaders. They know how to get this team ready, how to work in practice and get ready for every game.
Big ball for Emmett, and he's running with a bit more gusto. Burrows and Herod make the stop after a gain of 6. It's another first down.
We got some people down on the field. I mean, and I think it's more of being tired than anything else. But watch this. This is just a straight ahead play. Everybody's on a man. Everybody gets a block, and Emmett picks up the first down.
Larry Allen, the Pro Bowl right guard of the Cowboys, slow getting up, in from Sonoma State, where he played for the Cossacks. And some feel that he is, if you're going to name 4 or 5 top linemen in the league, he's one of them.
You know, it's really easy when you say one of the Pro Bowl linemen. They've all been there at least one time, and that is really unusual to have an offensive line where every single one of those 5 guys have been to the Pro Bowl at least one time.
But they only average 320 pounds, right?
Yeah, right. And I'm 6'8". But that's the one thing that's in college. They add weight to your stature to make you look bigger and stronger. The Dallas Cowboys 319. We saw Nate Newton in the pregame show today. He admitted to weighing somewhere between 340 and 360.
And he's listed at 320.
Yeah.
There's Nate.
Oh, Nate.
I liked what he had to say. He said, well, since they started curbing the use of steroids and performance-enhancing drugs. He said just good old big men like me have a chance to play the game.
Well, the Dallas Cowboys, it's a big line. They don't ask them to be real nimble, run around and block and pull a whole lot. Size, that's their strength. Let's use it. Let's go straight ahead and just lean on the other people, and they do it well.
Well, you know, and Nate talking about Emmett last year saying he doesn't run to darkness, he likes to run to daylight. When you stand up behind that line, little Emmett, not that tall, and looking, there isn't a whole lot of daylight in there, is there? You're going to see it'll like huge rear ends.
For the defense, it's tough to find Emmett.
Well, I really believe that is a problem. Defenses used to say all the time that David Meggett, who's a short running back, used to play with the Giants, hard to see him behind the big offensive lineman.
They work on Larry Allen. First down for Dallas. Smith now needs only 6 yards for 100 on the day. Into the flat to Smith and threw it behind him. He was well covered by Jeff Harbaugh.
You know, when you see a play like this, and you only see it once or twice in a ball game, if that, Troy Aikman sees Emmett, but he also sees Harrod coming over there. He threw that ball behind. I know purposely he threw that ball behind Emmett, so he has no chance to catch it and get killed.
Let's talk a minute about Michael Irvin. Of course, a huge target and brilliant player, suspended 5 games by the NFL. We asked Barry Switzer after the 5 games, since Irvin can't work out with the team, how long will it take for him to be ready?
First day, he'll be back 100% ready to go.
And that's Quentin Coriat reading the tailback's move, and Emmitt Smith down after maybe a half-yard gain.
Quentin Coriat is their best linebacker. Jeff Harrod, number 54, was for a long time. But this young man here is so versatile and so quick. Look at it. He reads Emmett, gets in the backfield, beats the block, makes the play for no gain.
Tony Saragusa told us my job is to keep those offensive linemen off of Quentin Coriat because he can make the plays, and the Goose did a good job that time of keeping 2 offensive linemen on him.
Larry Allen's okay. The report we get, he'll return. Looks like a blitz on. And Aikman gets away from it. Thrown. Complete. First down to Kevin Williams. What an effort by Aikman. Jason Belzer had him around the ankles. Aikman shook him off.
3 down linemen. The Colts come up with the defensive backs. Get what they want. They get free in there, but Troy Aikman does a wonderful job of staying focused on the outside receiver and makes an excellent throw under duress.
Well, you know, Jason Belzer had a clean shot except for one thing. I talked about Emmitt Smith's blocking ability. He only nicked him as he came through, but that was enough to throw him off of Troy Aikman.
Clock running, 4.5 minutes remaining in the 4th. Dallas by 2. And he's hit hard by David Tate, who came up from the secondary, assisting Saragusa and Harrod.
Well, now the Indianapolis Colts defense has to take a chance. Time is a factor. They cannot let the Cowboy offense continue to run the time off the clock or score a touchdown.
Yeah, touchdown, that's the key to it. Only the field goal. If they can give up a field goal, then they'd be all right in the game. It only put them down 5.
All at the 27-yard line. This is the 11th play of the drive coming up. Under 4 minutes to go. Dallas had it its own way in the first half, 21-3, but the Colts, with a rally, 2 touchdowns in the 3rd quarter, took a brief lead themselves as Emmett looking for a hole, can't find it. Bernard Whittington makes the tackle for a loss.
See, there's the play I was talking about, Phil, before about Emmett. Now, the play was designed to go to the left. There's a Colt down on the field, and that's McCoy. But the play was designed to go to the left. But watch what Emmett does. Now, he's going to come back. Now, what does he stay? He stays at home, makes the play. If you can't get there, there's no reason for you to go down the line. Stay home because he's going to eventually come back to you.
3rd down and 8. Smith started with the Bears, 70, 82 last week against the Giants. 4 away from 100 today. Inside to Smith, and he's short of the first down. Coriat leaned forward, but apparently didn't break the neutral zone, so no penalty. And Smith slow getting up.
I'll tell you what, are they hitting after the play? I mean, Emmitt Smith was on his way down when 2 more guys hitting. And we're hearing that popping up here.
That carry gives Emmitt 101 yards for the day.
But now watch this. Watch when Emmitt, after he's hit, Coriat's got him, and as he's going down. Watch the guys that hit him now. Boom, boom. 2 more guys.
Oh, a field goal attempt upcoming with Chris Bonio, who has nailed his longest career field goal earlier, 52 yards. Previous high was 51. Bonio, who had his streak of consecutive field goals snapped at 26 in the first game. This one will be 40 yards to extend the Dallas lead to 5.
Don't jump off sides if you're on defense for the Indianapolis Colts.
It is, hits the upright, no good. Tried to carry him through, but just missed. Bonio denied from 40, and that leaves the Colts within a field goal of victory. He yellow painted the try.
Sunday at 12 noon Eastern on the NFL on NBC. AFC West rivals clash. John Elway leads the Denver Broncos into Kansas City to face Steve Bono and the Chiefs. Or Junior Seau and the Chargers collide with Jeff Hostetler and the Raiders. Or regional action next Sunday at noon Eastern on the NFL on NBC.
Bonio says something to Jet. Watch the strings of the ball. They're turned to the left-hand side. He never gets the string straight ahead. And where the ball hits is the left upright. We'll show it to you.
30-yard line. The Colts take over, trailing 24-22. Zach Crockett gains only 1.
With the strings facing to the left like that, it makes the ball drift to the left. And watch where the kick is. You're not going to see the strings here, but they are turned to the left. He never gets the ball straight. And this is what Bonio was talking about. Watch where this ball goes. It goes left and hits the upright.
So that denied a drive of 64 yards, 13 plays. Empty, the Cowboys. Colts with a chance. 2:17 left. 1 timeout remaining for Harbaugh. Screen it to the tight end, Dilger. And Dilger with some room up the middle. This big guy can run. Look at him. Still on his feet. To the 43 of Dallas. First down. And that'll take it to the 2-minute timeout. 26-yard play. Dilger, who set a record in yardage by a tight end last week.
Excellent call by the Colts. The Cowboys have been getting after the passer. Let them come, drop the ball off of the screen. That's why it was so wide open.
24-22 with 2 to go. 2 minutes to go. Indianapolis trails by 2. First down at the Colts 43. Or at the Cowboy 43. Harbaugh screens it to Crockett. Crockett 40, 35, 30. Browns at the 25-yard line. They're in field goal range now with 1:50 to go. The clock stopped out of bounds, 18 yards on the play.
Where do you look if you're a Cowboy defender? Oh, it's a run. No, it's a reverse. I'm going to throw it deep down the field. No, I'll just throw the screen.
A screen to the man that Harbaugh faked to on the run to begin that sequence.
The screens have killed this Cowboy defense today, and that's how you take advantage of a team that relies on speed like this defense does. Let them come at you. Once they get too far, then hit the screen behind it.
And Dick, Troy Ozzie came off the field. He got hurt.
And Harbaugh's going to use his last timeout right here. The comeback kids. The captain of that spirit is that man, Jim Harbaugh. Last year against the Jets, they were down 24-3 early in the third and won it in overtime. And then we saw the game in Miami, same situation, and beat the Dolphins in overtime. And then against the 49ers down in the fourth by 2, as they are now, and won 18-17 out in San Francisco.
Well, that was in Indy, but the great thing is when you get late in the games, Dick, keep the ball in Jim Harbaugh's hands. You can trust him. He makes good decisions, but also he can make something happen.
You play it safe here. Just run a couple of plays into the line and set up the field goal.
Dallas Colts has 2 timeouts, and the Colts only have 1, and as you said before, that's all they need is 1.
Well, the Colts just used their last one. There's Warren protecting the ball. Gets to the 24-yard line. Henningsen, Strickland the tackle, and now the Cowboys have to spend one of their timeouts. They have 1 remaining, Jim Gray.
Well, Dick, the leader that Deion Sanders is on the field, he walked over to all the officials and he told them, unless it's an incompletion or unless the Colts go out of bounds, we're taking timeouts on the next couple of plays. In other words, they're going to concede the field goal attempt, and they want some time on the clock. Dick?
Well, they only have 1, Dick.
Down to 1. Barry Switzer's team. This would be the upset of the day should the Colts come out of Texas with a victory, especially in that they were trailing seemingly out of it 21-3 early.
Last year, the Indianapolis Colts were in every single football game to the very end. They played them all close, so this shouldn't surprise us today.
Well, just to underline that, Phil, in their last 23 games, going back to '94, 17 of the 23 have been decided by 7 or fewer points. In every game, this Indianapolis team. Warren. Deion Sanders coming in on a run blitz, a corner blitz.
I hope Chuck Bednarik is watching this game because Deion blistered him. Watch Deion, Phil. He just blisters him. Well, there's no one to block him, and he better make the tackle because there's nobody out there.
Watch Deion from the top. Of course, he's the safety. Nobody there to block him. Comes in, and I tell you what, almost there in time to make a big play for his team. This could have been a fumble very easily.
I don't think Deion was going to hit him hard enough.
Well, he was trying to take the ball out of his hands.
You know, a couple plays ago, Troy Ozee came off the field. And what happens on a play, that's why this team cannot afford to lose anybody. The Colts I'm talking about. Because when Ozee came off playing left tackle, that means that they had to move Matthews back to left tackle and then bring Mandrich in at right tackle. And it changes 2 positions.
The loss was 4 yards back to the 28. Brings up 3rd down. It would be about a 45-yard field goal from this spot. That's not a gimme.
That's right. You got to try to make a play here. Gain a few yards.
You don't want to be sacked. Harbaugh just falls down at the 26-yard line. So he gained only a couple of yards. Darren Woodson right there. The clock is running at 1:25. So unless the Cowboys have used all their timeouts. So we're probably see the Colts take it right down to its limit before they send off the field goal, but they don't want to go too far and be penalized 5 yards either.
Well, it'll go inside of a minute, about 52 seconds by the time, 50 seconds by the time Dallas gets the ball back.
43 yards. Blanchard tries to make it 4 for 4. It is good.
Swish.
Indianapolis 25, Dallas 24, and it was a low snap. A terrific job by Gardocki to set it up.
Excellent job. That's right, Dick. And it takes presence by the kicker not to panic in these situations, and Blanchard didn't that time. Watch the snap. Little low. Does not throw off the kicker's concentration.
Well, yeah, that's the thing about it is the kicker. Gardocki does a great job, but the kicker knows he's got to go through. He's got to depend on that guy getting the ball down. When you're kicking a field goal, granted, the other 8 guys are blocking, but this is really a 3-man thing. It's the center, the holder, and the kicker, and you must have confidence in all 3. And look at Harbaugh. That's right.
So the field goal from 40 by Bonio hits the upright. Indianapolis takes over in their 30. They go 44 yards in 7 plays, and it's Blanchard making 4 out of 4 today and giving his team a 1-point lead, and now it's Dallas's turn with 51 seconds left.
Folks, if you didn't read any papers this week, and I'm telling you right now, they listed 17 guys, the Colts, that were injured going into this ball game. You saw the list of the starters that didn't play. There's like 8 or 10 of those guys. 7 of these guys are playing hurt.
Gardocki kicks it off, and he sidewinds one deep into the end zone. Williams won't return it. That saves time. No time spent. They'll start from the 20-yard line, and now it's Aikman and Smith and company with no timeouts left to try to get in field goal range. What a game today and tonight on Dateline. Some say sexual harassment is running rampant, not in the workplace, but in today's schoolyards. Could your child be a victim? Watch Dateline Sunday following this game on most of these NBC stations seen at its regularly time on the West Coast. The Colts have not beaten the Cowboys since Super Bowl V, rather, excuse me, in 1970. Stretching speed to try to catch the bomb.
Dick, Phil, I'm going back. Here's the play to Dion. The long pass downfield, and the coverage is excellent by Mathis. But I go back to yesterday. Saragusa comes in. He says, we got things for him. And he's smiling. Harbaugh walks in. He's just got a grin from ear to ear saying, I love this offense. I have faith in everything that Lindy and Fonte says. And by the time we get done, and I said to you guys last night, there's something they're not telling us. They know something that we don't know.
They had a game plan. 2nd and 10. Aikman winds up and fires. Hits the back of the helmet of Sammy Burroughs. 3rd and 10.
Just a 3-man rush by the Indianapolis Colts, dropping 8 players back, trying to take away not only the outside receivers, but the deep balls down the middle.
Troy Aikman working against the Colts pass defense, ranked last in the NFL coming into this game, trying to find a big play. 3rd and 10.
But one of the reasons it is ranked last, and they've been ahead in the 2 previous games and have given up some cheap yards at the end that maybe is a little misleading in those statistics.
39 seconds left. Down the middle. Caught. Kevin Williams tackled, and now the Cowboys have to hurry. Aikman wants to set him up so he can down the ball, stop the clock.
That's right, get it down the ball.
Boy, it didn't look like number 80 at the top of your picture. Fred Williams really had come to a step. He was still in motion, but with 23 seconds left, the clock stopped.
Well, the soft part of any zone at the end of the game like this is in the middle. Kevin Williams, excellent job of getting inside Troy Aikman, anticipating where the hole's going to be, lays it in there.
Well, one thing about that last play, though, Quentin Coryatt, number 55, the linebacker, faked like a blitz, so he got himself caught up inside and couldn't get back into the coverage.
Aikman, pumping, gunning the ball, complete. Calvin Martin, they're in field goal range at the 39-yard line. That's the 17th completion for Aikman, tying the all-time Dallas record held by Danny White, and he downs the ball with 6 seconds left. 6 seconds left. Time for the field goal unit. So this is going to be it right here.
Well, let's see. You take 7 from 39. That's 46. This will be a 56-yard field goal and they're going to attempt it.
His longest ever was earlier in this game, 52 yards. 51 prior to this season. It all rides here. What little wind there seems to be inside Texas Stadium is in his favor. To win it for Dallas, Bonio. A Herculean kick. Is it there? It's high enough. Is it long enough? Hit the crossbar. Oh, my. Colts win it. 25-24. It hit the crossbar. Jim?
All right, thank you very much, Dick. Jim Harbaugh, you're down 21-3. Did you ever think, without all these players, you guys had a chance here?
Yeah, we thought so. And we shocked the world today, baby, and the National Football League, and it feels good. Would have made a heck of a Super Bowl.
You never saw, and we never see you taunt guys. You just came out here and we're taunting a few guys afterwards. So there's some bad blood?
No, I was just celebrating. You got a right. Ask Dion. You got a right to celebrate in this world.
You talk about the Super Bowl. Is that still eating at you? Do you feel
no,
you
I just said it would have made a great Super Bowl.
Thanks, Jim.
We got a lot of games left. Thank you.
All right, let's go back up to Dick Enberg.
All right, Jim, and Chris Bonio and the Cowboys ever so close. He had hit the upright from 40 to deny a possible victory. This one from 56, dead center, hit the crossbar. And it was almost as if the entire Cowboy team had been lassoed and knocked off their feet. Indianapolis with a big upset today. Captain Comeback and company have done it again. 26-25. Don't go away. We're going to more football. Jim Lampley and Bob Golick in Oakland, California.